First thing I hear him say, we need to napalm the Palestinians.
What? What the fuck?
What's up, guys? Destructor here, and today we are talking about cooking with Jack. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why are you talking about cooking with Jack? Well, there's some things that are worth exposing him on, to be honest, and just when you actually pay attention and look at this channel clearly, you understand, this guy does not look all that well. Let's talk about his overall decline in health as to give us a good starting point. Yeah, when you look at his overall health, like, he used to look relatively healthy. Yeah, he was always a fucking fat blob, but then again, who isn't if you live in the US, a fat A? But he looked relatively healthy. Like, you can just see he seemed pretty normal, like fucking 15 years ago on, of course, the video Lazy Man's Lasagna. And as time has progressed, he's just kept getting worse with his god-awful recipes that has ultimately given him this fucking hilariously lazy eye stroke.
First thing you're going to want to do is grind up the mozzarella. Okay, now normally you can get shredded, but it's more expensive. I think it's like twice the price. So I'd rather just grind it up. I'm not that lazy in Lazy Man's Lasagna.
Fast forwarding 7 years later to Lazy Man's pork chops, and yeah, it looks like fucking shit. The brown sauce, I mean, it might as well just be coming out his fucking ass. It's fucking shit. But even then, you know, he still looks okay, but you can start to see the notice of the decline of his overall health. I mean, you have years upon years of shitty cooking. I'm not really fucking surprised and shit like that. Yeah, the gray hair is whatever, because, like, oh, he gets older. But still, when you're doing, like, constant bad cooking and eating this shit, it's gonna take a toll on you eventually. You won't fucking be in the hospital yet, because you can fucking change the shit around, but it only is a matter of time before that actually happens.
Are you ready? Here. Oh my god.
And now we are talking about, of course, Lazy Man's mac and cheese. Yeah, some fucking real good shit. Not only does he sound like Bob Dylan's retarded cousin, but when you actually see him looking at the camera and shit, I can't tell if he's fucking like looking at it or if he's looking at something off in the direction. Because either way, that shit's hilarious, but I'm not really surprised because this guy actually suffered a stroke, which is the reason why he sounds the way he does, by the way. I think fucking good old JR sounds a little more normal than this guy. But why did he get a stroke, you may be asking? Well, I'll have him explain it.
So anyway, excuse me. So the way it all started, I'm sitting at the dining table and I am playing on my iPad and looking for my next recipe. And then right here, big pressure. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe it's I don't know, an earache or a sinus pressure or something. And the pressure gets intense and then it fills up my ear and then goes up my head and down my neck. And I'm like, okay, this ain't allergies, this ain't sinuses, this is something more serious. So I called Jack Jr. I said, Jack Jr., I said, Jr., I need you to take me to the hospital. I think I'm having a stroke. I've never had one awake before. This is the first time ever. So I finally, not that it's some amazing feat, but I finally felt what a stroke felt like, and it was not fun.
If you ever feel bad about your cooking, at least you're not cooking with Jack.
Right now we're doing this stupid video. Trust me, when I saw it, I'm like, this looks really stupid. I watched them taste it. Didn't look like they really enjoyed it. So I'm going to try it out. Number one, I want to see if it works. Number two, I want to see if people say it tastes good. Blow it off. It's still a little warm.
I can taste more of the red pepper and the cheese. It's kind of cheesy.
Nowadays, Jack is on a carnivore diet, which isn't really going to change at all. I mean, come on. Repent for your sins, fatty. But anyway, when it comes to cooking with Jack, he's actually abused his own child. Yeah, father of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before he kind of explains it, I will just say this, dude. If you are having your own child bleeding from your choking, that's a sign that you should stop. I don't know what it is. You felt so good about it. It's like, what does that say about you? It says that you're a complete bitch. I mean, you have to like take down a child who is like way weaker than you. Like, come on, that's kind of fucking sad shit. Not gonna lie.
So we got him into building computers, and I took him to a shop in Huntington Beach every 3 times a week. He was interning there. They were teaching him how to put it all together, and that was where he learned how to smoke pot. It escalated, and he started cursing at Tammy and May and having rage issues. And there were 2 times. Once he put his hand on me, and it wasn't like he pushed me, but it was in an aggressive way. And I took him down to the ground. I threw him down to the ground. And then the second time, he put his hands on Tammy, pushed her up against the door, and I took him to the ground, and I was going to kill him. I was choking him out, and I hadn't fought since school. The only time you stop fighting in school is the principal's coming. But this was a moment I was choking him and screaming in his ears, "You don't ever touch a woman. You don't ever touch a woman." At the top of my voice, I was choking him so hard, his nose started to bleed.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know when to stop.
Not only does he like to abuse his own child, he's also a complete bigot. What a shock. But how is he a bigot? Well, basically, he was in church, and basically the pastor was saying, we need to like napalm the Palestinians. Yeah, that's what the pastor said. And Jack was like, hell yeah, what do I sign up? And he was pretty much like, I want this man to teach me. He was basically like agreeing with this pastor. And it tells you a lot about this guy. This guy, honestly, with that, it just exposed what kind of piece of shit he truly is and for other people. And I find it fucking hilarious. You know, this guy is supposed to be a Christian and shit like that, but will gladly be like, hell yeah, exterminate a group of people. Doesn't these fucking retards forget the concept of love that neighbor? I mean, good lord. I guess they seem to forgot that shit, but you know, what else is new with these fucking bigots?
So we dropped him off, and we're walking by, and it's about ready to start. And she's like, "Well, why don't we just sit? I don't want to have to go all the way home and then come back in an hour. We'll sit through the service. Let's check it out." So we sit down, and Pastor Davis gets up there, and he's like, first thing I hear him say, "We need to napalm the Palestinians." I'm like, I look at my honey. I'm like, honey, did he just say? Did the pastor just say we need to like wipe out a whole everybody like over there?
Yeah,
and he's
for
like,
5 minutes.
And I'm like, I stood up. Where do I sign up? Just take all my money, do whatever. Seriously, this is any.
Do you have like a
pastor-
room? Can I get a cot or something? Like, I'll just stay here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put my tithe on auto debit.
Right. I know. We knew it. The second he said that, the second he wasn't afraid about who's judging him, and he spoke the truth, I don't hold back. And I thought, this is the man I want to teach me. This is the guy who's gonna tell me, Jack, quit pretending you're a Christian, get out and save the world. It takes action. And that's the guy I wanted. So that's how we got to Cornerstone.
Another thing to know about Jack's parenting, that he's pretty strict with his eldest kid there, because, well, his ex was pretty much like, yeah, do whatever you want, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Which, again, not great parenting, but at the same time, Jack went to the complete 180 of that and just be super strict and whatever. It's like, you gotta do this, blah, 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 like losing all that weight. It's like, it kind of ironic because you're Mr. Tubby yourself there and your wife, buddy. I wouldn't exactly be talking. Now, yeah, you should always enforce good, strong parenting, but you pretty much went the complete opposite of that. It just was completely like no fun, just completely like a piece of shit. And knowing that you strangled your own kid to where he was bleeding, I'm not really surprised by this bullshit. If you actually had a brain, you probably would like just try to get this kid for yourself, 24/7 to make sure he could be a normal, good kid, but you didn't really think far ahead. Now, did you, buddy?
We did a great job parenting. We didn't do the best job, but we did the best we could at the time. The other side, who she's a totally sweet person, but was not strict at all. He had carte blanche. Yeah. So every weekend it was carte blanche, and every Monday or Tuesday we were hammering our kid to get him back into shape.
Right.
By the time Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, he's finally our child again. Friday comes, she picks him up, and he'll admit to you, it destroyed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Having two such different environments that you're
Right.
trying to
yeah, it
reconcile
was like
when you're a kid.
It was rough, and he starts because he couldn't handle it. I was Mr. Strict Parent, and she just didn't do anything, and it just messed him up.
Let's get into doxing, an all too common topic for my channel, unfortunately, but that's how it is. Now, Cooking with Jack, he has doxed August the Duck. Now, keep in mind, this is allegedly, mind you. I want to put that in real fucking clear for you guys, alright? So, the reason why this even happened is because August the Duck, he's made a lot of videos on Cooking with Jack, but the clips that you saw earlier in the video, like the beating his child and the religious bigotry and all of that, that's what freaking sparked this whole drama, basically. And it led to, like, this shit. I'm gonna let August the Duck explain it for you guys.
Today, I woke up to an email, or really a call, about an email from my sister, saying that she had received an email from somebody affiliated with the Cooking with Jack show threatening to dox her and me if I did not delete my recent video calling out Jack Scalfani, aka Cooking with Jack, for being a massive piece of shit child abuser and advocate for genocide. I'm not joking, title is not clickbait. I'll throw up a few screenshots of the email on screen. Obviously, gonna blank out a lot of information, but you get the idea. There was also some really weird rhetoric around race mixing involving my sister, but they sent me and my sister a bunch of addresses and phone numbers, emails, stuff like that. And then the genius who wrote this email to us said that if I don't delete the video, they're gonna release all this information on the 22nd of March. And then they directly followed that sentence by saying, if the video is not deleted within 48 hours of the email being sent, everything's gonna get released.
After this, Cooking with Jack would respond in a stream, which was, well, horseshit, to be honest. I mean, far from the fact that this guy did not know what he was doing with the audio shit, it took him like a few minutes to finally get to it. But when we finally get into it, he basically kind of just give, I don't know what doxing is, all that type of like stupid garbage or whatever. Like, I didn't throw a thread and like asking about the emails where it's like, it's blacked out. It's like, that's called personal info, buddy. And plus, not to mention, after the whole SS Sniper Wolf shit, are we really gonna buy into the bullshit? You don't know what doxing is? You are a YouTuber, okay? If you're making your whole career, making money off of like, making YouTube videos or whatever, you probably have a good idea what doxing is. This goes for anything on the internet. Because let's be honest here, doxing is more common, sadly. It's unfortunate, but still. You probably have to figure out what kind of idea what doxing is. It shouldn't fucking be hard to figure out. So I don't really buy into this bullshit.
The doxing that I've been accused of doing to another YouTuber, I would never do. I didn't do it. Somebody fabricated an email. I'd love to see the email. He retracted whatever. He blacked it out. But I would never hurt anybody. I thought last night, I said, how am I going to explain to people what's going on? So let's be logical about this. If I had a problem with X YouTuber, okay, I would just call YouTube. I wouldn't go public. I wouldn't try to hurt the guy. Probably a nice guy. I don't know. But I wouldn't do what I was accused of doing. I just call YouTube and deal with it directly. Second of all, this guy's been attacking me with videos for years. Why would I start now? I find it odd that I would go after him now. Video after video after video he's done about how awful and how he dislikes me and all that stuff. But I chose today? No, not at all. So anyway, I didn't do it. We're not going to waste time on it. We're going to put water on the fire, not fuel. And, once again, I had to look up the term because I never heard of it. So now that I understand what it is, I understand what you guys are talking about. It wasn't me. It was somebody else. If you look at that email address, it didn't come from my email. So, anyway, I'm not sure still to this minute whether I threatened that or whether I did. I don't know what happened because I didn't do it.
I'm just finding out all this information. That's my reply. Let's move on.
August the Duck would respond in question, pretty much just burning this drama out so it doesn't go any further. That's all you really need to know about it. But let's talk about the conclusion of Cooking with Jack, because when you look at Cooking with Jack, you think this guy is pretty wholesome, just pretty innocent, all things considered, with crappy cooking. But when you actually dig deeper and cut the womb open, you realize this guy is really terrible. Not only is he a terrible chef, but he's also just a shitty human being. It's honestly just kind of eye-opening, because with other bad chefs, because there's a lot of bad cooks on YouTube that people mock or whatever, they're just fine people. They're just fucking innocent people. Jack, he's not like that. It's all a facade to him. Basically, it's just a character, because he's just a piece of crap who is making religious people look more bad than they already do, which is not really surprising in this current age. But anyway, hope you'll enjoy this video. Take care, and of course, God bless you all.